Welcome to Hot Takes, where we talk about debatable topics. Today's debatable topic is: should couples have access to each other's personal devices and social media accounts?
No.
James? No.
Fuck no.
Should, no, could, yes.
Should? No.
Should, no, could, yes with Ryan. I agree
Shoulda,
with Ryan.
coulda, woulda.
With the coulds.
Like, I mean, there's no, like, what's the risk? Like, I mean,
I just don't understand the point. It's clearly a trust issue here.
Yeah, I think what generates this is just
what does it matter?
Like
privacy,
let me put it
trust,
this
and
way.
boundaries.
Why do you need to ask for it in the first place? Like, it's the first person to ask for it. It usually is where, like, now the controversy starts. Why do you need, why? Like, why are you even asking for my shit? Like, does it matter?
Are you hiding shit?
No, which is the thing. That's the trust thing, right? Trust is a very vital part
I agree.
of a relationship. Now, is there necessities for a reason for why we're going to say personal device, right? To be able to unlock it. Sure. Maybe there's something's happening, like an emergency where you need to get to their phone to, like, say you don't know their mom's number and, like, something's fucking happening and, like, you got to call them. Your phone, you left it somewhere. I don't know. You know, I'm giving an extreme probably, but
No, that's a good point.
there
Kenny
might
always
be
gives the extremes.
there might be a scenario where it's important to be able to access that person's
1000%.
device. Health records, whatever, because, like, they have, like, the health ID now on iPhones and stuff. That could be very helpful if you're getting rushed to the hospital, right? Being able to access their insurance cards. That could be, like, on their Apple Wallet, and you know it's there. Like, you don't have theirs, but, you know, you have yours, but you need theirs in order for insurance to work. I'm just, again, I could be wrong on that, like, but everything's digitalized now, so, like, having someone's access to their phone could be helpful when it's your significant other.
Well, for me, that's why the key's in the question. Should versus
I know.
should. I agree with you on the trust issue. Like, no, you shouldn't have it. It's not a requirement. But if you grab my phone, like, am I going to freak out? And if you log in, if you look at my messages, like, I don't really care because I don't have trust issues. That's why I say it's could.
It's the social media apps for me. Why? The fuck you need to log
You
in
know
to
what
my
I go
Instagram
to?
for?
I go to when I think about this, I think of Matthew McConaughey and his saying when he goes to I forget where he was.
All right, all right, all right.
No, that's a good one though.
Okay.
All right, it's a good one. But he says, you know, in life, don't leave breadcrumbs, and breadcrumbs are the things that you leave behind that are going to cause issues, right? And his are, you know, if you're causing issues,
Don't
with
tell that to my
the
grandpa.
If you're leaving, if
He
you
just
have
doesn't know how to
issues
eat a
with a
fucking
spouse,
sandwich.
right? Having issues with a spouse, you know, you cheat on someone, and then you go to, you know, your kids, you know, like dance recital, and then ends up having those two people in the same place at the same time. Breadcrumbs. That's going to cause an issue. It's going to cause a really big issue in life. So if you're just tedious and you don't do anything stupid, and you acknowledge your relationship and you're aware of everything that you do and you make conscious decisions to be a good person and a good spouse, then who cares? I mean, in my opinion, I specifically give access to anything because of efficiencies. You know, it's very often where I'm driving and Patty is texting on my
That's a
behalf
great example.
to respond to someone or is messaging someone on behalf to, it's just efficiency. So it's very common that happens, and because I know that Patty's going to write it better than Siri's going to write it. I mean, that's like 100% accurate. So, I mean, that's for us, like, we do it all the time.
Hey, in that setting, do you ever try to text and drive and then you get yelled at just for them to send the text? Because
I'm writing like paragraphs, and I just know that that's just going to take me 20 minutes. I'm like,
I'll go to start, and then she's like, just give me the phone.
yeah, there's that, definitely those circumstances,
The
100%.
voice text never works. Although I think it got a little bit
Got
better.
better.
It did, but I'm like,
Last iOS.
hey, tell someone I'm going to be there late. It's like, I'm going to arrive to my date. I'm like, what the fuck did this just say?
Johnny, we haven't heard from you.
No, I think everyone's kind of hit it. It should or could. We all said no, but could, yes. I mean, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing. Again, it comes down to the trust in the relationship. And if there's no trust issues, if the relationship's solid, which obviously they are, there shouldn't be an issue with anything. I'm actually laughing because I'm thinking of when we were listening to music on my phone and we couldn't get in on the iPad and Billy Walsh called Brea. Literally like, Brea, what's Johnny's passcode? Because we can't change the music. And because I was away picking up the food. So, like, obviously, like, yeah. Everyone has.
I just think if
differences,
the
but-
significant other draws a line in the sand and says, I need to have access to your Instagram, to your Facebook, to anything that has DM capabilities, your text messages, I need to be able to review them after some kind of thing. I don't think that that's acceptable at all. Now,
need is so strong of a word.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
here, though. Right? Like, there's relationships like that, and I think that's just toxic.
That is definitely toxic. Now, if you're sitting there reviewing the profiles on a regular or frequent basis, and you need to have access to everything, and it's like just, I mean, you literally have I would say not OCD, but you have like some type of
Probably because you got burned.
in
your
I mean, there's
past.
definitely
True.
something.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
But you
actually.
have
So,
to-
but that's what
that's
I'm
not healthy.
So
That's not healthy.
let's you don't have anything to hide. So then at that moment, you know that this person needs it because they have trust issues because they went through some shit. You're with this person. You're like, you know what? Okay, I don't want to. I shouldn't have to. Would you in this situation? Now I know we're all obviously have our own significant others now, that But anyways, I'm saying for the sake of debate, would you at that point?
yeah, you work it
Or
through.
would you
Yeah,
say
for
fuck
sure.
off? No.
I think
No,
those,
you work it through that process.
It goes to communication overall. Like you're on the same page with your significant other. You know that that's a trigger for her. So you talk about that. You talk about why, and you find out what is that best end resolution that's going to work for both of you.
And then she
So-
knows your true character, and then
Would
that
you-
issue goes away.
Would you ask her, is there any end game here? Like, will you ever feel comfortable enough at some point to where this isn't going to be a requirement? Because, like, I just,
It'll fade away.
you think? What if
Yeah.
it doesn't?
Then you have a different
I
conversation.
mean, if it doesn't, something
Then it
else
just
is
sounds
gonna
like your
ruin that
relationship's probably going to be
Yeah.
ending at that point. I don't disagree. I'm just putting out
Well, we're
Viewers.
talking about significant others obviously being married here.
dating. Yeah.
So, like, let's flip it to more, like, because obviously we're talking about dating and first dates. But we'll not go with the first date because that'd be a little bit much.
That'd be
but,
nuts.
like,
Let me actually
let's just
say
say
something.
within, like, first couple of months, if that conversation's taking place, like, what is your ultimate reaction? I think it's a little bit different in that.
I
It
agree.
is definitely.
And I think
So-
it depends on how serious you guys like. You have to make that judgment call. And like,
For
how do
sure.
you feel about the relationship at this moment? Do you see a future with this person? And so when they bring this question to you, are you like, all right, I'll consider it? And what if that's another answer, right? I'll consider it, but not right now. Maybe that's not good enough for that person too. I mean, that could be a huge argument.
And listen, we're talking like as if a female asked us, if you flip the switch there and you're in the position where you're asking. Does that
Yeah,
make
it's not
I mean,
Does
look,
that
at the end of the
change what you think?
day, if you're not going to do that, let's be completely honest. If you're not going to provide that information right then and there, you're just opening yourself up. You're opening yourself up for an opportunity to expend time where you're just going to delete shit. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're like, yeah, I'll do this tomorrow, you're fucking deleting shit tomorrow, tonight, and that's what you're doing. What is 12 hours going to do for you? Make you think about it?
Well,
Delay
It's
the
a yes or no.
I was more along the lines of like the seriousness of the race. Like you maybe like, hey, like it's a little early. Like pump the brakes here. Like I don't what's the fucking need for you to go through my phone right now?
That's a blow up argument. No way in hell is everyone like, okay. Argument.
I don't know.
argument.
I think there's got to be a little bit of respect and trust in that area.
I just think
It's
that
my
is a-
personal shit. Like maybe I'm not ready to
I
share
agree.
that just yet.
I agree, but if the person
So I should
is
be able to.
asking-
I should be able to say no. You're getting into my privacy. What are you looking at? What if I'm not even able to monitor what you're looking at too?
and you don't think that response right there is going to create an argument in the relationship?
You gonna log into my fucking bank account? That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
We know someone that gave away their phone, and guess what? Some shit happened with their bank account.
and how long did they know her?
Yeah.
Exactly, not 3
But
months.
still, you kind of see what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people are up in arms right now about privacy in general, and data security and shit. So I don't know, man. It's just,
if I can't trust my wife, or okay, we're not talking about the wife thing. We're talking about girlfriend.
yeah, we're
or
talking
whatever,
about dating
dating.
early.
Yeah, but if you expect a long term relationship with this other individual, I mean, and
What
you
if
know
it's
your
too early,
place,
though?
and you know your place, but it just depends on the place of that relationship,
I
right?
agree.
Are you talking to 5 girls at the same time, or do you have one girlfriend? Like, I don't know, because then it's a problem if you got 5 girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, clearly, that's
Right?
it's an obvious reason for you.
Yeah, but
I
I'm just
understand what you're
saying.
saying. Like, you're going to be deleting shit, but
there's so many just
even if you don't have
variables
anything
in
to
this.
delete, again, it's just
I
Well,
think
if
you
you
got to look out for red flags, right? Trust issues being
great point.
in the sense that if you don't
If it's
trust,
repetitive.
right, if you don't trust them to be able to look at your phone, it's like me not trusting you to finish your coffee. There's got to be red flags.
What?
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for that.
Different red flags.
Those relationships aren't going to last when you don't trust them to finish their coffee.
Oh my goodness! You just threw out the finishing coffee.
The comments.
I mean, I
are
think
a
we all
fickle
can agree.
place.
Obviously, when it comes to our wives, it's completely different.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
about
it's
the
completely
coffee.
different when it's your
Yeah, I
wife.
mean, yeah. Look at whatever you need to. Look at whatever you want, but I don't know. Also, brings up the topic or the potential, like what's happening on the other side. Is that person doing something like?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's definitely that too.
Like, and
100%.
that's especially now, like it is very, very unique times in the dating world these days.
I couldn't last.
It's like social media is a
I'd be
different
single
breed.
life.
Agreed, but I mean, like if you're, what do you mean by that? Expand your.
No, I just think like, listen, if someone's like DMing you and you have nothing to do with that, like what in the world? Like for a girl's sake, like imagine being a male dating someone and your individual that you're dating or talking to is constantly being reached out to.
Are
Yeah,
they
and that's
are
bullshit
an
because
influencer?
You
or-
can't control who's reaching out to you.
Everyone's
Yeah,
an influencer
Exactly. That is
today.
a difficult thing.
And
But
again-
I also think I think that, yeah, that's a tough one. Because
that's
they can't
jealousy
control that.
issues. That's not trust. It's jealousy. It's jealousy because everyone's gawking at whoever the fuck you're with. Like it's just you got to be able to live with that shit. If you're gonna be with someone that's gonna be
Depends
really
on the
attractive.
person
Yeah.
and like their job and like if they do have an influence like that's gonna happen. Like, yeah, I don't know, but I think you have to come to an understanding with each other in regards to that. That's just
I agree.
part of the.
I think we're all on the same page here. I just think it's if you
Now,
look
do
at
I
it from
think
a
it's
different
right? But
perspective-
here's the thing too, and this is like a totally different perspective. But if you're a dude and you know that guy's with another girl, or if you're a dude and you know that girl is with
Words are
another
hard.
guy, then you have to like respect that dude. I mean, you have to like or be willing to get punched in the face because you're a dick.
Oh,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna DM someone and but like the problem is those people that are DMing them are like never really gonna show up.
Twitter
Like,
fingers. They'll never
it's
face the
all
music.
shit like that, like it would be different if it was like a small thing where it's like you both know that person and it's not like an influencer situation or it's not like it's a random person. It's like literally someone you both know. Then it's like, dude, you're a dick and you deserve to get, I don't know, punched in the face.
Yeah,
I think it just comes down to should versus could. That's
that's a huge. the word itself.
Me personally, the way I feel about it is I don't know why you have to go looking for something.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it should be just it's not an unspoken rule. It's just not even on the fucking table. Like you just never like why access to phone is not something I'm thinking about, and I have not experienced that with my spouse where she's
Exactly.
thinking about the fact, oh my god, I need to know what's on his phone. Like
100%.
it's a non-factor. It doesn't even exist in our relationship. So like the fact that it's something that's being talked about, I don't understand it because I get people have been burned, but like it's just why are you looking for something? Like you're trying to end the relationship, in my opinion. In that case, like you're like saying, no, it can't be true. This guy's doing something or this girl is doing something for certain. I need to go through their phone. It just seems malicious intent, in my opinion. But I understand the need to have access to devices and such because, yeah, hey, can you put Google Maps on my phone for me real quick while I'm driving? I don't know where we're going, and then we can put it on my screen or whatever. Like that, yeah, hell yeah, have my passcode. I don't give a shit. But, the fact that you're trying to go look for something, like, I don't know, that just seems so fucking grimy to me.
it's all about communication at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I agree.
If you have that conversation and you're comfortable with it, and that works for you, then that works
Sure,
for
every
you.
relationship's different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Agreed.
It depends on the state of the relationship. It depends on, just the agreement that you both have at the end of the day. And and then like there's just so many dynamics that go around it. There's so many variables. So
Like you could be on a second chance with that person. Maybe you burned them in the past before, and now years later you're on a second chance, but you're on a tight ass rope as a result of that. So it.
then you have no option. I mean, you're in a tough situation.
I don't disagree that predicaments can happen. I'm not putting myself in that scenario. So
Sure.
that's why I'm
But again, you're looking at it from a wife.
I'm looking at it from like how I've handled myself.
Yeah.
Myself. I'm
Exactly.
trying to put myself in a scenario I would never put myself in is a little difficult in this kind of debate.
And for me, it goes back to don't leave the fucking breadcrumbs. So
Hey Ty, where are you at on this one?
I'm leaning towards no. But I think it's more important who like initiates it. Like if I'm like, oh hey, put your thumbprint in my phone in case you ever need to use it, versus like, hey, can I like I want my
I like that.
thumbprint in your phone. Like it's
That's a
like
good way
I
to
make
put it.
like I make sure like, oh, if she ever needs to get into my phone, like for whatever,
You
she has
offer it,
access.
not
But, like,
1000%.
asked
yeah.
for it.
If you're like, if it's like, okay, we're dating now, where's all your passwords? It's like
Yeah,
that's a red flag. Let's get out of there.
Good point.
Great.
Fair.
awesome.